Guys, I'm here with Mr. Kenny Riley. He's the president out of Charleston.
Yes.
I'm going to let him introduce himself, and he could tell you a lot about himself. Go ahead, Mr. Riley.
Yeah, of course, I'm Kenneth Riley out of Port of Charleston. I'm the president of the local 1422 Deep Sea. Has been in that position now for pretty close to 21 years. I serve as a district vice president and also an international vice president with the ILA as well.
Okay, Mr. Riley, we heard a lot about the IDC. Can you explain what is the IDC?
The IDC is the International Dock Workers Council. Was formed in the year 2000 because of a struggle that happened in Liverpool back in 1995. We lost about 500 dock workers because the ITF, which is the International Transport Federation, an organization that we were a part of at that time, failed the dock workers in Liverpool. And as a result, they could not help them because their international union wouldn't allow the ITF to get involved, and we lost those workers. So the concept of being an all dock workers union came about. So for 5 years, between 1995 and 2000, we came up with the idea of an International Dock Workers Council. And we formed it in the year 2000 in the island of Tenerife, Spain. Myself as president in Charleston, Eddie McBride as president in Savannah, was the only two individuals from the United States that were involved in the original signing and the founding of the International Dock Workers Council. Now we have grown. We are on every continent in the world and still growing, and have become a very integral part of this industry. And we work very hard in defense of dock workers. And this is a pure dock workers organization. And whenever there's a dock workers struggle anywhere in the world, we feel that there ought to be a dock workers like response. And so we are out here trying to defend dock workers' jobs and their future anywhere in the world.
Okay, so it's like you already answered my next question was, how does the IDC help the ILA?
The IDC has already helped the ILA specifically. When we were in negotiations, we were having a very rough time. It was the IDC that weighed in and actually said that we will be standing here with you, President Daggett, and ILA, and anything you need from us, we'll be there. When we were having issues with MSC trying to attack our container royalty, and we needed to teach MSC a lesson, we in the United States began to work safe, which we all know is they're not getting the productivity that they are accustomed to. And we said, well, you know what? If the American workers are working safe, so should the Europeans. And the IDC then spread the word that we were having issues with MSC. And everybody began to work those ships in a very, very, very safe manner. And in 3 days, MSC folded and backed off of their position, and we were able to preserve the container royalty in the last contract as though we had it in the past. So the IDC have weighed in with the ILA on several times already. Even it started with Charleston with the Charleston 5. We would not have won that struggle had it not been for the IDC and the Spanish dock workers.
Okay. What was the big issue in Spain that you guys had to travel over there for?
Well, this was very, very significant. The Prime Minister, along with the influence of J.P. Morgan, an American company, and the government had decided that they were going to take on the dock workers in Spain because they're just simply too strong. The Spanish dock workers is the heart and soul of the IDC. They were the original crafters of the declaration. They were the one that bankrolled the IDC until we got the membership where we would become self-sufficient. And so now these Spanish dock workers are under attack. They were looking to eliminate every dock worker in Spain, 6,500 dock workers, over a period of 3 years, and eliminate them, pay them 1 year's salary, and then we will no longer have professional dock workers in Spain. So the Prime Minister issued a decree that had to be voted on in the Spanish Parliament. In between the decree and actual vote in the Parliament, we had a big rally over in Spain where the world came together in support of the dock workers there and sent the message to the parliament, to that country, to the European Union, that the world was now involved in this crisis. And if they were going to sack these Spanish dock workers, then they can expect a response globally. The pressure that came about resulted in that decree being defeated in a vote that took place in the parliament a few days ago. And it was historic to the extent that this was only the second time in recent history that a decree by the prime minister was defeated in the parliament. So this was very historic. It shows the power of unity and solidarity, and especially in the case of these dock workers.
Okay, well, Mr. Riley, well, I thank you for your time. You answered all my questions, even the ones I hadn't gotten to yet. But so the overall outcome of this vote and win, what does that mean for the ILA?
It means that we too can expect that that if we should ever find ourselves in crisis here in the near future, we can expect the support and the solidarity of the IDC and all of our affiliates on every continent in the world. And you know, the guys and women in Savannah ought to be extremely proud, because we collectively, Charleston and Savannah, standing shoulder to shoulder, we're the original signers. We are the founders of the IDC. That's a global phenomenon that has happened, a global power, and we were there from the very beginning. So that's a part of history that can never be erased. Our two locals, with one other local up in St. John, Canada, ILA 273 in St. John, Canada, we were the three original ILA locals that founded the IDC. So we all should feel proud and adopt this victory as our own.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Riley, for your time, and I will pass this on to the membership.
Very good.
Thank you.